Okay, so thank you for tuning in, or those who will be tuning in. So I am going to do a presentation in regards to the heart chakra. I actually sought out and took some time because I said, it's been quite some time since I used a lot of these tools, and I just had to refresh on doing these tools in order to present this presentation. So I would like to um, start off by doing that now. I am on my Spreaker studio. This is for my holistic health podcast, which it's been, quite some time since I you know, recorded with the Holistic Health Podcast, and I decided to go with that today. For whatever reason, let me get my heart chakra out. My heart chakra, well, I'm not able to do that now because I have, it may mess up, but I do have my heart chakra. Those who can look at it is that, it's a heart and it has the different colors, which are in reference to, the seven chakras. We're going to speak on today the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. Okay. And so if you can take note of, we will proceed to the next presentation. So, what is the heart chakra and what it does? So it's an energy field that is located in the center of the chest. The heart chakra is a representation of unconditional love. It's associated with the color green, the heart chakra. And, this presentation, I feel like it was spiritually led. Like this was a spiritually led presentation for me to present and do. Because right now we are at a test of time where a lot of people will be tested and you'll be placed at a crossroad as to the revelation of the heart and how you truly feel about a person or persons. Being that I have the background in health, you will find that you're being pulled in several different directions as to where you should go. Should I go here? Then I get over here. Should I go there? If I go over here, and you just pull in all different directions. And sometimes it can get very, very overbearing and confusing as to where the heart is being led, particularly when you are played with a lot of confusion and stress, and it could be very chaotic. So I decided, okay, let me go ahead and do this presentation on the heart chakra, because right now I'm dealing with restoration right now. I had a distant family member, a couple of distant family members who have passed over the matter of the last few months, and even as of recently, the last couple of months. And so it took some things to happen for me to start saying, okay, I need to work on restoration and true restoration to get myself and to do my part in educating myself, my children, and whoever else out there that may feel the need to listen in about taking care of yourself. Okay. Taking care of self. Taking care of yourself first. Because if number one is not taken care of, there's no way you can take care of anybody else if you're not taking care of what? Yourself. That's number one. And anybody that would tell you to the contrary, you don't want those people in your life. They're toxic. You want to make sure you are focused on number one. If number one doesn't work, you can't do anything about number 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever comes after that. You have to worry about and take care of number one first before you can take care of anything else. Okay, so it says, again, the location is in the center of the chest. We have the lungs, the heart, the circulatory system, hands, shoulders, breast, and upper back. It also corresponds with the thymus gland, which is located in the center of the chest behind the breastbone. Now, the thymus gland is a part of your immune system. So if you're having some issues in this area, any of these areas, particularly it mentions the hands, but the heart chakra, I mean, you may have, if you pay attention to the hands in terms of circulatory, you know, you would notice that in the hands, if something is going on with the heart and your circulatory system, you will should see it in your hands and your feet, you know, in terms of circulation, because that's where your capillaries and things are located. And you know, you will see the perfusion as such, okay? But as it mentions, the thymus gland is a part of the immune system. So, you know, oftentimes when you're having some issues in terms of this particular gland, it could be something going on in those regions, the main regions, such as the lungs and heart, as I mentioned. Blockages to this chakra can lead to shyness, loneliness, depression, and anxiety. A person with a balanced heart chakra may feel compassion, understanding, love of self and others. So, you know, I spoke before on a holistic health podcast when I mentioned about spiritual apathy. And this may have been a spiritual sense podcast. When I mentioned about spiritual apathy, where there is no sense of seem as though there's no sense of initiative, a numbness, if you may. Oftentimes you'll find that there is something going on circulatory wise. Maybe this person is nutritionally deficient, has an ache, something is going on with the blood sugar. Maybe this person is dehydrated. Oftentimes when you have depression or anxiety, it could be indicative of some type of fluid balance, something going on fluid balance wise. It could be something going on in terms of the actual bowel, if you may. Okay. So we're going to proceed to the next slide. Unconditional love. In terms of a spiritual sense, in regards to this particular chakra, it says unconditional love, love without any limitations, love without limits, generosity, compassion, forgiveness. Balancing the flow of energy through the heart chakra. So green is the color of this chakra. This chakra moves in an anti-clockwise direction and connects to the astral auric body. Diaphragmatic, deep breathing exercises help with this chakra. Meditation checks the balance in this chakra. So if you could just put yourself in the Indian style pose and put your hands such as this. And breathe in and kind of purge. Kind of similar to if you're doing Lamaze classes, like if you're preparing to have a baby. And just take some slow, deep breaths. Or you can take some short, deep breaths if there's a such thing, compared with long, deep breaths. And you could just say, hey, hey. And this here will help with balancing that part of the center energy field to assist with those areas. Okay, so it says crystals to assist with balancing the heart chakra. Now, I typically, and it's been quite some time since I balance my crystals and charge my crystals, I should say. So that's something else that I need to incorporate, and I think I'm gonna do that tonight before I begin to proceed to lay down. If you can listen, there are musics out here that you can listen to assist with balancing your chakra. There's many different musics that you may want to listen to. You may not be too fond of the one I'm listening to now. I'm gonna put it on another.
Average adult has 5 to 20 pounds of toxic poop in their body at any given moment. Seems crazy, right?
But this here it's a heart chakra as well. So you may want to listen to this music as opposed to, I mean, if you just, go on YouTube or whatever, and you could just put in heart chakra meditation music, and you will find countless music that, you can listen to that help with balancing your chakra. I kid you not, you may think this is pseudoscience or whatever the case may be, but I had an incident where, the last time I had a bladder condition, bladder, I guess you would say infection. I put the music on, and there's actually music that's specific to if you need to sleep, if you need smoke cessation, if you need to go to the bathroom, if to urinate. There are musics out there. Music therapy is what this is. And so in turn, putting that music on, I began to go to the restroom. And so, and I mean, urinate is what I'm getting at. And for lack of a better word, I do apologize. I have the healthcare background, so if it is offensive, do hear my apologies on that. But the point that I'm making to you is, if you begin to listen to a lot of these musics, it is effective in assisting with healing of the body. And I'm going to proceed because I'm getting restoration within my body right now in terms of my heart. And so I'm going to proceed to listen to this music from here on throughout the rest of the night. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to say a prayer for my warrior angels, protective angels, guardian angels, and spirit guides to come around and assist me as I did years ago, a couple of years ago. And people can call it crazy, you call it what you want to call it. They're going to come and do some restoration on my heart. It's going to happen. I'm not talking about actual people. I'm talking about spirits, because I have summoned them to visit and to come in and to restore me. That's what I do. And oftentimes they will show up, do what they need to do, and then they will proceed on. Okay? That's the truth. So it says crystals to assist with balancing the heart chakra. You have your rose quartz. Now I have a rose quartz sitting up here. If I can move some of this over, and I can pick up a rose quartz and show you what a rose quartz looks like. Oh. Okay, so well, I got a rose quartz over here somewhere, but I'm just gonna go with this one. A rose quartz. Okay. So I think this is a rose quartz. I just need to clean it off, and I need to charge them, and I think I'll proceed to do that tonight before I go to bed. But this right here, if you can see this is a rose quartz. I find that a rose or even a clear quartz is going to, or even a amethyst are going to be three of your most powerful crystals that you will want to work with. From reports of what I've read, the rose quartz as well as the clear quartz are the most effective quartzes for pretty much just about everything out there. If you're getting off into crystals and things of that nature. So I have the rose quartz here. It says aventurine. I have some aventurine somewhere. Jade. I wear jade. These bracelets that I wear, they're jade. Now, from my understanding, jade is a crystal that is good for protection. And let me see if I'm able to pull up some information in regards to that. I want to say jade is it's good for protection. So it says jade is a wonderful balancing stone. It is considered to be a lucky stone that offers good health, wealth, and love. Jade can help you realize your full potential and attain purposeful goals. Jade also helps lift stuff down, emotional issues, and bring them to light for resolution. So this is what the jade is good for. Um, it says it's powerful ability to reduce tension in the facial muscles, which makes it an excellent beauty aid, is what it mentions. It just got, some information here in regards to jade. And let me proceed to go back to my presentation. So again, you have the rose quartz, the aventurine, you have jade, and you have the chrysoprase, which is one I've never heard of. You have more watermelon tourmaline. Now, I do have some black tourmaline. Tourmaline, the black tourmaline, which has a metallic black look to it, is also good for protection. And I typically ride around with that on me. That is a protective stone that I swear by. I kid you not. You had the rhodochrosite, and you have this here, which is a clear quartz. Right here. This is a clear quartz. I kid you not. You will be surprised how these crystals holds energy. And it's been quite some time that I've actually charged my crystals, but they do work. Okay. So I'm going to proceed to stop sharing my screen, and we're going to do a full presentation. Okay. So I do have the chakra wisdom cards, and I'm going to proceed to read information that is on these cards for this presentation. So it says, which it mentions that the chakra, the heart chakra, is the fourth chakra, which is in regards to compassion and forgiveness. It says, and it has some little affirmations here. I have compassion for myself and for those around me. Okay, so those who may be feeling, I did do a spiritual sense podcast earlier where I felt like there was an attack on the hearts of Black women right now. And, I received revelation after I did my podcast as to what the message was conveying to me. The things that you hold dear in your heart is under attack at this time. Okay, so you want to, whatever faith belief that you are in, you want to get prayed up. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. I forgive myself for things I feel I could have done differently in the past, and I remind myself that my response could not have been any more evolved than it was at the time. I am compassionate to those in need, as this shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, understanding, and being of service. Okay, the next chakra card. So it says acceptance of self. It's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. I accept myself the way I am. And I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about life than I than how I feel about myself. I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. I honor what my body is asking for. And if I am unsure, I will ask myself, what can I do to be healthier and more balanced than I am now? I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. I accept my life as it is now, and I move forward, from here. Forwards from here. Okay. So it says peace. This is for those who may be dealing with or struggling with peace or peace of mind. I will meditate and be peaceful and calm in my interactions with others and the world. Peacefulness comes in me giving up the love of power for the power of love. I invite peace to be a part of my life, and I make time to experience my own inner stillness daily. I continually develop an inner sense of calm, and I trust that everything will be right. Feeling good about myself will help bring peace into my life. And the next one mentions about unconditional love. I allow myself to be open to giving and receiving love without fear of rejection. I give without expecting recognition or acknowledgement in return. When I am loving to others, I am helping bring out the innate love within them so they can also feel uplifted, worthy, and cared for. I love myself the way I am, not the way I was or could be, and I extend this love to others. I teach others how to love and respect me by how I love and respect myself. Now, this is if, radiate warmth and sincerity. I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can help, where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. And so the last card says generosity. Generosity is sharing. I give myself freely and I am open to opportunities to do so. I do this because I can and I expect nothing in return. Speaking from the heart would let those around me know how I feel about them. My generosity will touch another person's heart and replenish their spirit. Through love, I have a positive, spontaneous, and lasting influence on the healing and transformation of both myself and others. So I think those are some very, very therapeutic cards to have as I'm working on the chakras. Now, I decided to focus on the heart chakra today because I am getting restorations right now as we speak on my heart. And so when that happens, I have summons to the high heavens. This is between me and my spirit guides. Okay. I have summons them to assist with restoration of my heart. And I'm not talking about, me going to the doctor, and that's not to say that, you know, you shouldn't go to the doctor. Me being you know, in the healthcare field, I'm not gonna suggest nobody go to the doctor. I mean, I may have my opinions about certain things that I see that I'm not in agreement with, but I am not medically trained to give any advice in terms of what you should and should do with your body. It is your choice as to what you do and don't do. Ultimately, if you're within normal, competent capacity, mental capacity. Okay. So I do need to state that. However, what I mean is, I have summons on the spiritual sense for my guardian angels, warrior angels, spirit guides to assist me as I lay down to go to sleep tonight in restoration of my mind, body, and spirit. And I also ask for this restoration for my children and friends and family alike as well. That does not mean that because there's no damage there, is what I'm getting at. That may not be applicable to every person in every situation. Some people may need restoration by their angels and spirit guides by way of a doctor, you know, in the natural sense, in the physical sense. Okay. Mine is not that bad off to where it will go. This is just me restoration from smoking habit, of, you know, a bad smoking habit that I, you know, put down, put back up, and it's not that I am how can I put it? It's not that I'm totally addicted, but I have become dependent upon smoking cigarettes. So right now I'm working on restoration from that. Okay. And it took me to go through a, you know, bout of cyanitis for me to say, okay. It also took some transformation and transition of some close family contacts for me to say, okay, now I need to just leave this alone, because that's basically what that is. It's a knock from the other side. Okay. Now, so I am going to close out this presentation for the Holistic Health podcast. And so I do thank you for tuning in, for those who may be tuning in. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.